Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Special Crimes Unit assisted Child Protective Services agents in an investigation regarding 4 children ages 1 to 4 years of age. All tested positive for methamphetamine. The 4 children were in the care, custody, and control of Melissa Kathleen Page, age 38, of Sulphur Springs, who also tested positive for methamphetamine. Page is in Hopkins County Jail charged with endangering a child, a state jail felony.
We had a visit from Carol Allen and Mary Lou Foster of the Northeast Texas Choral Society on today's morning show. Both of them are excited about concert coming up December 1st and 2nd. Will you plan to be at the Northeast Texas Choral Society A Starry Night concert? December 1st and 2nd at the Sulphur Springs High School Auditorium?
We would love to fill that auditorium. We really, really would. Bring your family, bring your kiddos, your teenagers, and start Christmas with us.
As director of the Northeast Texas Choral Society, Carol has selected, with the help of her board, a theme of stars for this concert.
Yes. We have lots of star songs.
Mm-hmm, we do. Starry Night.
Yeah.
And
first part of the concert is it'll be music that you know very well. Some of the Christmas hymns, a lot of which involve stars, by the way. And then the second half of the concert will bring the story of the most famous star in the whole wide world, which was the Star of Bethlehem. And there is a narration that runs through the second half of concert that tells the story of the star and the story of the birth and the journey, and it is truly beautiful. It's a beautiful narration, and it's a little bit of a different way to do second half of concert for sure. So you'll enjoy it so much.
there really is so much enjoyment with hearing a concert, experiencing a concert, and being part of it as a member of the Choral Society.
Yeah.
Mary Lou, how long have you been doing that?
I am a charter member, so I have sung every concert except the very, very first one. I attended that one, and that was at Central Baptist Church. That's correct, isn't it?
1998.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't know if I'm brave enough to audition on my own, but at that time, my daughter was in college, and she has a gorgeous voice.
Yes,
Susan. So we auditioned together, and I tell people I kind of slid in under her coattail because she's got, she doesn't mind singing solos, and I am not a soloist. So we auditioned together, and that was fun to get to do. Of course, she's moved on, but I have continued to sing, and it's my creative outlet. It's an opportunity. It's different from singing in the church choir, where there aren't as many members in that choir, and you're kind of looked upon to be the leader. And in this, I can just come and be a member and just sing with a group of other altos and not have to try to carry the part, because there are stronger voices than mine. But it has just been, it sort of gets addictive after a while, because every now and then I think, well, I'm going to lay out this semester. I'll go get my music, but I'm not going to sing. That hasn't happened. I continue to sing. So it's...
and you're an indispensable part of our Choral Society, and as a board member too.
Yes, is currently president of our board of directors, and doing a beautiful job. Really, such a great job. And it's the board of directors for Choral Society. They are a wonderful group of people. They've served a long, long time.
A hard-working group of people. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, it's not just showing up on Monday night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a group that shows up on Monday night, but they have to set up the chairs, set up the piano, set up the microphones, get ready for rehearsal, take it all down. But then getting ready for a concert, there are so many details.
And all of that goes together to make it such a perfectly enjoyable experience for the audience, and that is what is consistently the true thing about Choral Society and the preparations for it.
It's true. I know we're here to talk about concert, but the arts require a lot of people doing a lot of things to make one event happen. I think about Amanda Thompson with her work with Bright Star and the performances that she does. That's one example. The Symphony League is another example where so many people with the radio auction, they work so hard to put one event together because it all requires money, it all requires creativity, it requires teamwork. The arts are, that is how we function as artists and creative people. And Hopkins County, and really this Silver Springs, but our surrounding communities as well, we are unique. We fund the arts, we support the arts, we show up for performances. It is an amazing community. And I know as creative director and founding director of Choral Society, I'm sunk without all of that participation. And as an organization, our society, we are 100% dependent on that. So I will follow that up by saying, get your tickets for a concert, December 1st and 2nd.
Available at all the banks.
All the banks.
Prior to concert, any member of 100 different members you might purchase your ticket from. And
at the door for the same price. Tickets are $15. I know there's 2,000 people out there going, well, how much are they? Tickets are $15. Same at the door.
You can buy them online too through our website.
Absolutely.
Singerscount.org.
I like that. I love our T-shirt, Singers Count.
I do too. Singers do count.
in more ways than one.
Correct. It's a good phrase.
Right. But anyway, there's a deep pool of gratitude that runs through the hearts of all the singers, all the players. You know, we have a wonderful ensemble that plays with us most of the time, and of course, Ken Hanyashek and Denise Grimmer and Deanna Spraggins and Paul Clark they play with us every Monday night, and we're blessed by a pretty deep pool of talent.
And it really shows when you go to concert, and as you were mentioning, all the work that goes into putting on 2 concerts, which will be December 1st and December 2nd. And there's always more than one, but if there's one person out there that is truly impressed and carries that little seed home with them of cultural appreciation, then it's all worth it.
Oh, yes.
Worth it. And this concert is going to be another one of those that you're probably going to leave with a favorite song or remembering a song you haven't. I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. That is one of my favorite Christmas carols, and this arrangement of it is just going to be one of those that's going to give you chills. It's just gorgeous.
Yes, and you will hear your very own Enola Gay narrate through that song. That song has narration all through it. I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, and it is like you've never heard it before. It will tell you the story of the song, and boy, is it beautiful.
And the literary work that Henry Wadsworth Longfellow produced. And if you know his life story, it is a very fascinating one, and it's told, of course, in brief ways throughout this narration.
But it's heartrending, isn't it? And you're just so surprised at what was happening in his life at that time, why he wrote that particular Christmas hymn. Yeah, a lot of really just gorgeous music in this concert.
I like the syncopation ones.
Yes, African Star Carol is so wonderful.
That one is going to be fun.
We've got a couple of Celtic songs, Celtic Advent Carol. A lot of Christmas carols come to you in the Carol and Reel. Talk, Mary Lou.
The God of Heaven is one I have yet to sing all the way through without crying. Mm-hmm. It's just a beautiful song with words that is something different we're going to do this time. Some of the songs will have the words projected on the screen. Our goal is to pronounce so that you're not going, what did they say? But sometimes it does help to have the words projected also. We would like for people to watch us, but if they would rather watch the words. They'll be there, but that God of Heaven is one that you are going to have to pay attention to.
It is just stunning.
It is beautiful.
The ladies have a song that they sing on their own. This Stars I Shall Find. Like we say, we have a lot of star songs.
And we have songs like Sleigh Ride, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas and Oh Holy Night, with lots of beautiful solos in this concert, voices that you've come to love and appreciate over the years.
There's one that is also breathtaking called The Yearning.
The Yearning, yes. It's a gorgeous song.
We've actually reprised that one from a previous
years ago,
concert,
right.
but it's also just, we all have a yearning.
I think Sydney Hawkins has that solo.
Yes,
I believe
that's
that's
right.
correct.
That's right. She does. And our favorite Marlon Chisholm. Everybody asks me, is Marlon singing this concert? Yes, he is. And so many favorite solo voices. You know, I feel like this will just allow that moment for our audience, for our listeners, to have that time where you just rise up in the Christmas spirit. And everything in you just acknowledges Christmas is beginning right now.
It feels early because it is December the 1st. I keep reminding myself, oh my goodness, Thanksgiving is next week, and then concerts the next week, but it's December the 1st. So what better way to start the holiday season than on December the 1st with a Choral Society concert?
Absolutely.
To get you in the Christmas spirit.
As we all know, our calendars just get packed with this and that we're invited to and that we want to go to. So make sure you attend both if you would like, or have people to bring, and then you are all set with your Christmas spirit.
Yes, come help us sell out the auditorium this Christmas.
Yes, please.
Let's make it a record-breaking crowd. There's a spirit that comes into that audience, and when you leave, when concert is over, you're just filled with that Christmas spirit. And it's our joy.
Treat your children to something of this caliber.
Yes. Yep. For sure.
I don't think they'll be bored. I think we always try to present a concert that has something different every time. And there'll probably be something different. We sometimes don't know ourselves until the last minute what that is going to be. But this one won't be as much of a holly jolly Santa Clausy kind of Christmas concert that we've had in the past. But it's going to be definitely one that the children would enjoy.
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
Touch your heart, totally. You know, I bet you've had this experience, Enola, and you too, Mary Lou. After every single concert, someone, and usually more than someone, comes to the front of the stage and says to me, I've been trying to get here for 10 years, or I just heard about you guys, and this is my first concert. I will never miss another concert. I'll never miss another one. So we love to hear that, and we appreciate that sentiment so much.
We were just talking, the three of us, as grandmothers before we went on. We've got little ones that would really love. We would love to take them and allow them to see a show like this. So
absolutely.
Grandparents do that. If you want to consider membership in the Northeast Texas Choral Society for the new year,
Yes, auditions will be January the 12th.
12th, I think.
I believe it's January the 12th, auditions. And listen on the radio and watch the newspaper. But they are always 10 to noon at First United Methodist Church. And you do not have to have a prepared piece of music. And auditions are not scary. Right,
No,
girls?
They're not scary.
At all. We all have that a little fear and trepidation when we go to an audition. I do, but they are not scary, and we make it a great experience for everybody who comes to audition.
and it actually becomes a family for you, getting together once a week at rehearsals through a large part of any year with 2 major concerts.
Yes.
We
get the summer off.
Deeply a family.
Yes,
We
get the
certainly
summer off.
Summer's off, that's right.
Well, I cannot wait, and I'll be there with the altos. Mary Lou is with the altos. We have you set us up in sort of a 3-sided appearance there in rehearsals, and so the guys are all there, the baritones and tenors and basses, and you'll see people you know. Please come and see us on stage.
Yes.
Thank you, Enola. Thank you, KSST.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
First in news, the Wildcats Jazz Band will be performing several times during the holiday season after the Thanksgiving break next week. We get the schedule from Wildcats Band Director Spencer Emmert.
We've got a neat little Christmas tour set up for our jazz ensemble. Those kids have been working real hard, and we've got a full Christmas set, which I think will be neat. Want to run down that list, and we encourage community members, parents, friends, other supporters to attend any of the events you can. One specifically that'll be wide open to the public is our very first one, which is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving break, which is the 27th. That'll be on the square. So we'll set up down there, and all of these performances begin at 11:30, and we'll go for a 45-minute set. So 11:30 to 12:15, maybe take an early lunch break or something, pop out there and see the kiddos perform around town that week after Thanksgiving. Tuesday on the square. Wednesday the 28th will be in City National Bank on the lobby. Thursday the 29th, we will be at Alliance Bank in the lobby, and Thursday night the 29th, will be part of the Lights of Life event at the hospital, and I believe that one begins at 6 p.m. And so we'll be in the gardens area over at the hospital, and so that might be a good thing to come out and be a part of that. I think even Santa Claus is going to make an appearance that night. The next day, Friday the 30th, that one's not really open to the public, but we will be at SSCS on their stage performing for the kiddos during their lunch. And then the Saturday, December 1st, we've got two performances. One at 9 a.m., which is a late addition over at the Rock First Baptist Church Recreational Outreach Center. That's a Breakfast with Santa event sponsored by Relay for Life. And then that evening, we'll be at Heritage Park in the chapel for their Christmas program, and that begins at 5:30 there in the chapel at Heritage Park. So quite busy. The last performance, at least at this point, that the Jazz Ensemble will give will be in conjunction with our full band concert for Christmas, which is the date for that is December the 11th. It'll be a Tuesday evening. That will feature our 6th grade bands all the way through our high school band as a whole, and our jazz ensemble as well.
And it starts at?
That will begin at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yes, 6 p.m. Yes, and we'll have our beginning band, our 2 middle school ensembles, our high school combined band, and then intermittent between each group, our jazz ensemble will perform, much like we've done in the past.
Yeah. I imagine the jazz group, this has got to be one of the highlights, performing in public and just get that instant feedback from people and playing songs that everybody loves.
Yeah, it's a neat time of the year. We oftentimes, I know as a musician, I tell my students, and even at church, I tell my volunteer musicians and even my staff musicians, Christmas time is a huge part of that is music, and so it becomes an important responsibility for musicians to be involved in getting the opportunity to perform special works through the history. Christmas music, from classical music all the way to contemporary music, it's just played a pivotal role in the season and remembering, the true reason for the season and just having a festive moment. It really does set the tone. So it's a responsibility that we like to talk to our students about, but it's also a moment to have a good time.
Really creates the image, the musician hitting the road with gigs and all that kind of stuff. They got to love that stuff.
Yeah, it is neat. And we'll have several students that go on to have a career in music. We always have some students that are music majors in college. Some will just be a part of a college band, and some will go on to be professional musicians in some way or the other, or volunteer musicians that have the opportunity to perform either at church or in their community, wherever that may be. Community ensembles. In fact, we have a group of students.
Teachers, please check your email from Miss Owens. We're not having a lot of students come down for their information, and we need to get this out. Thank you.
We have several opportunities for our students to be involved in other supplemental groups. We have, I think, 7 or 8 of our students that travel down to Mineola twice a week and perform with the Lake Country Community Band. Wow. As well as several of our staff members are part of that as well. So lots of opportunities.
In sports, on a national signing day for sports other than football on Wednesday, Lady Cats multi-sports athlete Sadavia Porter signed a letter of intent to run track at the University of Texas at Arlington. The signing took place before a large group of family and friends. Porter is a sprinter in track for the Lady Cats track team and also plays point guard for the Lady Cats basketball team. Sadavia discussed her decision with me and with Sulphur Springs News-Telegram sports editor Don Wallace.
It's very close to home. It's only like 2 hours away, so I wanted to go somewhere where I could be able to go back home when I wanted to, and it's very like family environment. The campus not too big, not too small, so I was really attracted by it.
You know any schools you were looking at?
McNeese State University, which is in Louisiana. It's about 5 hours away.
You feel like this was a better fit?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about the program? Is the program pretty?
Oh, yes. With it not having a football field, we get more access to the weight room and the track itself, so we can practice more.
Are they looking at you for 100 and 200?
Yes, sir.
Any other races that?
The relay, 4x1 relay. Yes.
400 maybe?
No, sir. Not that one.
Was it tough decision to choose track over basketball? You're such a good basketball player.
Thank you.
Excellent on track too.
Yes, I would always love basketball. That was my passion, but track, it feels more like it's my calling. Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of was it a recent thing where you just kind of fell in love with it the last year or two, or?
Last year, I had to make the decision of track or basketball. So.
How big of an influence was Tristan Abram?
Big influence. He's my family, so I've been around him a while, and to have him as a coach was just great. Yeah.
He's a big encourager. Isn't he?
Yes, good motivation. Yes.
All right. What are your plans for college?
Major in kinesiology to become a coach or a teacher, and then later on, I go back to school and become a physical therapist.
All right.
Yes.
You think you could coach track?
Hopefully, yes. Track or basketball, you know. Just either one.
Volleyball or
no volleyball.
They sometimes assign you to who knows what.
Yes.
You may be a softball coach.
What you're looking for is competing on the college level. I know that's exciting. What do you think about that for us? The level of competition going up and everything from
I'm a little nervous, but I feel like I can make it far. Be a state champs in the 100 and 200, and UTA can help me do that.
Any particular goals that you have in mind for college?
I want to run my time around 11.4. The record is 11.5 there, so hopefully I can break it. Yes.
They have a successful track program at UTA?
Yes, they recently had a high jumper make it to the final, and she became high jump champ, so hopefully that would be me.
Just want to be
but in the 100.
Want to be a maverick. Huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you compete indoor and outdoor too? Or
yes, in college, yes. They have indoor and outdoor.
Have you seen any of the college meets before? Have you been to any of them? Or
not yet.
Pretty excited to
get
kind of get your foot in the door?
Yes, sir.
Have you talked to, I can't think of her name, but went to Wayland?
Imani.
About college track?
Yeah, she talks to me all about it. She said it's tough, but the outcome would be great. So.
What do you feel like you have to do to maybe get your track game, so to speak, up to the college level? Do you feel like you need to work more?
Yes, practice. Yes.
You feel like you get along well with the coaches up there?
Yes, they're great. Yeah.
All right. What are your goals this year? You hope to
state. First place, gold.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We also talked with Lady Cats track coach Derek Tyson about Sadavia Porter.
You knew that she was kind of destined to this. What probably makes me the most proud of and for her is that she did end up at a program like UTA, which is very reputable for track. So for them to come to Sulphur Springs and find her and know what kind of talent she has speaks well of her. because of the program that they do have. So it's exciting for her, and it's up there. She's going to have a chance to compete at the highest level with some of the best athletes in the nation. So she's headed for exciting times. Of course, it's really exciting since she just told you guys she's going to Austin, so I got a trip there. So I couldn't be any prouder of her, and just watching her work, particularly the last year, you kind of knew what she had in her. So.
I was going to ask you, when you watch her compete and everything, what really stands out when you see her?
Well, she's explosive. She's an explosive athlete. You can see that on the basketball court too. So she's inherently born with some fast twitch muscle that allows her to do what she's able to do. So she's a gifted athlete. And she's got a chance to use that to get an education, and that's what we like to see around here.
Got a good upside.
What do you think the areas, does she have any particular areas she needs to work at to get to the college level? Because that'll be another step up.
There are some things that I'm going to bring to her attention that I think will only help her. Maybe a couple of things that she hadn't done here in the past, but we'll sit and talk about it. Because she's as gifted as she is in the sprints, she's going to have a little choice in the matter, meet to meet on what she gets to do and what she's capable of doing that particular week based on some workouts. So what was awesome is she just made the statement that she's ready to go to work. And she happens to have a coach that likes to work people out. So pretty excited about that. So good stuff.
Sedavia's pastor, Harold Nash, is a big high school basketball fan in addition to being the pastor of Morning Chapel Missionary Baptist Church.
Sedavia, she's been in the church for all my pastorate. I've been there 22 years, and she's 18, and so she was born under my pastorate, and she's as excellent at church, more excellent at church than she is in all of her other activities. She was very involved in everything, supported everything. It's a rich inheritance from her parents and from her grandparents who came out of St. Mark Church. And so I'm very pleased and proud to be a pastor, and not only a pastor but a friend of the family, and all my life a friend of the family. And I've witnessed her grow up and achieve so many things. And she's Sedavia, wherever she goes, she shines, and she actually gives glory to God for all of the great talents that she has. She knows where they come from, and I'm so very pleased. And I told her I'll be with her as long as I'm on this earth. If she ever needs anything from a ministerial standpoint, I'll always be there for my baby. Yeah.
In Hopkins County basketball, the Sulphur Bluff Lady Bears picked up a varsity win over Maud Tuesday night, 62-39. Ann Dorner led the Lady Bears with 15 points. Catlin Rochelle scored 14. Margaret Ryman had 12 points. McKenna Morgan added 10 points. Delina Di Donato scored 7 points. Angel Brown and Allie Colette had 2 points each. The Lady Bears JV also won 60-13 over Maud on Tuesday night. And play got underway in pool play in the 3-day Saltillo Girls Varsity Tournament on Thursday. The Lady Lions of Saltillo defeated Chisholm 34-18. The Lady Lions led only 13-12 at the half, but they used a strong second half to get the win. Maddie Smith led the Lady Lions with 9 points. Chandler Bain and Anna Reeder had 7 points apiece. Brittany Peoples and Jocelyn Ochoa had 5 points apiece. The Lady Lions are now 2-2 for the season, and they play Bullard in the tournament on Thursday night. In another early tournament game Thursday at Saltillo, Campbell won their pool play game against Clarksville 65-58. And pool play will be continuing on Friday.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
Coach Tyson to say a few words as the head girls track coach, and he's got a few things he'd like to share.
First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody here. This is an exciting time. I know at Sulphur Springs it's exciting when anybody has a chance to further their education. but particularly when you get to use the abilities you've been gifted with and you worked hard. As I just said it on TV, what I'm really the proudest of and proud for Sedalia is she is going to a very reputable track program. All right, so the fact that a track program of this stature, which she is fixing to compete the best in the country, and the founder may notice what she has is exciting for me. I'm extremely proud of her, and like I just said, since she just made that statement on that camera, her goal is to win state. So you give me a trip to Austin. I like that. And I know today, and we surprised her. Coach Abram was here today, and to see her, and probably his mother. We talked a little bit about her, and one of the things that I know, I watched her last year when everybody else left except for Herbert, go to work and work on the little things that made her, put her where she is right now, able to sit in front of this table, in front of this audience. I watched her work on the clock when nobody else was doing it. I watched her do the things that she has to do. And these other athletes that may be in the room right here, she is an example of what it takes to get to where she's at. And for that, so let's sign it up.
What pictures you want to take, all that kind of stuff, and I'll just kind of take over.